My name is Swamp, and it is time for another Tomfoolery Tuesday. Surprisingly, I have yet to run out of tomfoolery to expose on Tomfoolery Tuesday. You would think at a certain point everyone would just suddenly become reasonable, and then there would be no reason to have this stream. But that has not happened yet. Much to my surprise. Reminder, all super chats through the first week of December will go to Bog's birthday celebration. My brother, Bog, if you don't know who that is, my brother. So if you want to help fund a fun night out for Bog, super chats are greatly appreciated. Okay, first up. I was just going to let this one play, honestly. I didn't think that there was too much I needed to add to it. I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's going to be hilarious. The Trump campaign posted this video saying it's been 19 days since President Trump completed the greatest comeback in American history. Enjoy all the best media moments and left-wing meltdowns of this historic victory. As soon as I read that, I said to myself, well, that sounds like a Tomfoolery Tuesday right there.
News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president.
Former President Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
Overnight, CBS projected Donald Trump the winner in Arizona, giving him a complete electoral vote sweep of the 7 battleground states.
I have no interest in listening to a single Democratic politician ever again.
In just 71 days, Donald Trump will be sworn in again as president of the United States. His comeback victory unlike anything we have ever seen in American history.
The bottom line is no matter where you looked on the map, Kate Baldwin, no matter where you look, Donald Trump was improving on where he did 4 years ago.
Just take a look at the final results. With Arizona now projected for Trump, he locks in a sweeping victory in every single battleground state.
He looks like he's going to be the first Republican to win the popular vote since George W. Bush. He literally goes all the way back through history and breaks history.
I think the more relevant question actually is what is wrong with America?
You okay? I think I'm okay. Tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I'm so proud.
We were prepared for all scenarios. And each one of those scenarios, it was, how is Donald Trump going to finagle his way back into the Oval Office? And it turned out he used our electoral system as it is designed.
It turns out he got elected. Wow.
That moment, I thought, well, I was wrong. We'll continue to be wrong.
There you go. Hilarious. That's just quality entertainment right there. You know, I am kind of sad that we didn't get as big of, meltdown videos as we got from 2016. I mean, those memes are still around from the meltdowns from 2016, so I guess it was asking too much to expect that level again, but we have had some fantastic stuff for sure. All right. On to Tomfoolery Tuesday. I thought for some of the clips that I have pulled up, it would be a good idea to revisit this old clip of the woman who runs NPR. Actually, I don't know if she still does, but she did at the time. Let me check. Is a American businesswoman. She's the chief. Oh, she still is. Okay. Oh, I thought this was an old clip. This says she's been the president of NPR since March 2024. I guess in the how fast news goes, it feels like that was 5 years ago. But anyway, this clip went viral at the time. And I think this was a good place to start with, like I said, some of the clips I got pulled up for this Tomfoolery Tuesday. Because, wow.
But one of the most significant differences, critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done. But one of the most significant differences,
So there you go.
critical from
That's the woman who's running NPR currently. So I guess that was from. So that wasn't older. I think that was before. So that was before she was at NPR. Former executive director of Wikimedia Foundation. The heck is the Wikimedia Foundation? An American nonprofit organization headquartered in San Francisco, of course, and registered there as a charitable foundation. It is the host of Wikipedia. Okay, so yeah, so she was head of Wikipedia and then moved to NPR, as if we need to look any further to see what her biases might be. But yeah, so media shouldn't be looking for truth, and in fact, looking for truth and trying to convince others of the truth is actually a bad thing. It's a hindrance, which is totally something you would say if truth is on your side. Obviously, I mean, very, very clearly, very clearly. So on that note, let's go to some clips here. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to play next. I don't know who this guy is, but so keep in mind that we've got someone who now runs NPR saying that truth is really a hindrance. We really shouldn't be looking for truth. And then this guy, here, let's just play the clip. Play the clip, as they say.
Serious news right now. Elon Musk is now publicly joking about the possibility of buying MSNBC from Comcast, and Joe Rogan is even joking about the possibility of taking Rachel Maddow's spot on MSNBC should Elon Musk buy MSNBC. Now, if you don't know this, Comcast announced earlier this week that it would be spinning off a number of its channels, including MSNBC, CNBC, and others. And on Twitter, Elon Musk and Donald Trump Jr. started to joke about possibly putting in an offer for MSNBC, which is, to many, the leading news source for progressive or for Democratic-leaning news. Folks, this shift in media, what Comcast is doing, could really...
So, first of all, a leading source in Democratic news. And the people who lead Democratic news organizations come out and tell you that truth doesn't matter. Truth is actually a stumbling block. We need to get rid of the truth. That's an issue. And there's this guy being like, this is super serious, you guys, because this is the media. MSNBC, this is really important progressive media.
Overwhelmingly impact the future of mainstream media. And it's why it's so important that we uplift independent journalists, and especially journalists on here, for example. There's no amount of money in the world Elon Musk could offer me to shut this channel down or to start reporting right-wing conspiracies. It's not going to happen. And while they're joking right now about the possibility...
As if that's like a thing that's actually happening. Because there's no such thing as legitimate right-wing media. No, it's all wacky conspiracies. You know those wacky conspiracies like they're intentionally letting people flood across the border to affect demographics, then therefore affect voting? You know, those kind of conspiracies that are totally not true. I mean, that is like the most not true thing that's ever been not true. Because really what we need is NPR and MSNBC to explain the real truth.
What are you buying?
Or excuse me, it's not even the truth.
MSNBC, I would not take their jokes not seriously. It is very possible that Elon Musk can try to start some type of legacy media channel or even try to put in an offer for something like MSNBC. In any event, as we get more information, I will provide it to you, but be sure to follow along to be the first to know all the news, unbiased, independent, that you need to know about.
And it's funny that he's independent, because that's actually become an important thing. But then you got this guy, is he independent really? He thinks that MSNBC is a legitimate source of news. This is a really important thing. It really shouldn't fall to someone like Elon Musk. And as always, the savior complex. I'll never bend the knee and start telling right-wing conspiracies. Classic. All right, to further exemplify this, Anna Kasparian has had an interesting, of course, awakening red pill arc happening over the last several years. I guess this wouldn't be tomfoolery. Maybe she's pointing out the tomfoolery. Maybe that's the thing. But anyway, someone who's been in the left-wing media where they don't care about truth, realizing that, oh crap, the left-wing media doesn't care about truth.
I think that politics has substituted religion to some extent. People have almost like this religious zealotry toward their political beliefs. And when that happens, it's really difficult to have a conversation with someone without it immediately devolving into allegations of bad faith, of, lying, deception, all sorts of things. And so maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I didn't really notice this as an issue in America until Donald Trump was running for president, and then after he got elected as president. And I am 1,000,000% guilty of honestly allowing him to kind of break my brain for a little bit, because I saw him as such a significant threat. I think that politics has substituted religion to some extent.
Sorry, starting over again. But isn't it funny how even when people realize that they were wrong and that she still is saying that she allowed Trump to do this, as if it was Trump who had a magic wand and made her retarded. Instead of her consuming mainstream media that doesn't care about truth at all. That's tomfoolery to a major extent. So, I mean, she's like 75% of the way there to becoming a reasonable person. I mean, good for her. I always thought that she was a little bit too attractive to be a crazy leftist. You don't usually see that on the left. It's a fact. Science actually backs that up. Don't take my word for it, All right, moving on to Maryland couple. And you see, we're staying in the mainstream media world. So, of course, remember that they don't care about truth. Truth is not an important thing. Maryland couple says it would be traumatizing if their biological son went through puberty and the government didn't provide hormone blockers and money for dresses and haircuts. It's a couple that is threatening to move to Canada. This is from CNN, and we're supposed to be very upset about this. And again, the tomfoolery that the mainstream media is up to is that truth is actually a stumbling block. And I played that clip at the beginning because everything kind of makes a lot more sense when you realize that they don't care about truth. Because I think a lot of people have gone through this same arc that I did years ago, which is you realize that what's going on and you go, wow, I need to tell people about this. And then you start trying to go, well, if I can just, because you were a person who was always kind of looking for truth, right? You know, you're like, I always wanted to find out what's right. And then you realize something and you go, wow, this is interesting. I have to tell people about this and I have to convince, because surely everyone else is looking for truth as well. No, they are not. And you go, oh, okay, you're just crazy. Or malicious. It's one or the other. Evil or crazy. It's one or the other. But a lot of right-wingers fall into that, where you think that, well, if I can make an argument, surely if I just present the facts and I show them that what they think is incorrect, then they'll go, oh, I didn't know that. Because I've done that on a lot of things over the years. I go, wow, I was totally wrong about that. Thank you, for showing me this information. But not the mainstream media. The mainstream media says, we don't care about the truth. We don't care about the truth.
We moved to Maryland to be able to access gender-affirming care for Katie. What that looks like is therapy services, it's clothing, it's haircuts, and at this age, it is a hormone blocker to prevent her from going through puberty.
This is my hormone blocker right here.
Could that treatment be reversed at some point?
Yes, absolutely.
So obviously not. That's another thing that is a clear, very clear lie. Because I don't know if you guys remember this, but they don't care about the truth. In fact, the truth is a stumbling block that must be overcome to be able to further whatever agenda that we're looking for. And I was not even planning on talking about, well, I'm never planning on talking about anything. I just kind of roll with it. But let me know if anyone knows what I'm talking about here, if I'm just being insane. Because I've talked about this before on old TikTok Tuesday streams. So look at this kid's hair. So this is a boy that they're saying is a girl. And they're acting like this is a girl. Look at this kid's hair. Doesn't that look not right? And I'm not saying like, oh, what, boys can't have long hair? Or whatever. No, I'm saying that when boys of any age, apparently, because I didn't know this until I'm watching this just now, and this is groundbreaking stuff. Boys and girls, men and women, their hair is very different. It's different. It's not a matter of washing and conditioning and brushing the right way. The hair is just different. This does not look like the hair of a little girl. I don't know. There's just no really way to talk about this without it being kind of weird, but I've said this on TikTok Tuesday streams before, that you can always tell, even if everything else seems to be kind of passing, the hair doesn't lie. Usually you look at the hair and it's like, well, this doesn't look right. There's something off about this.
From going through puberty.
This is my hormone blocker right here.
Could that treatment be reversed at some point?
Yes, absolutely. It's really a pause button. Katie gets more time.
That's another thing. They always say the same things. It's a pause button. They love that. Everyone's learned that. They learned the line. They got the download. It's a pause button. There were several people in Matt Walsh's documentary, What Is a Woman, who said that. If you see any of these trans activist people on, on the news or when they testify in front of Congress and all this crap, they'll say that. It's a pause button. There's no bigger sign that you're listening to someone who doesn't know what they're talking about if they are all saying the exact words verbatim. The exact same thing. I'm willing to bet if you go back and listen to all my random streams and ranting about nonsense, of course you'll find the same topics that a bunch of other people who have similar beliefs as me talk about. But there's a swamp way of saying it. You're not going to find the exact same thing coming out of someone else's mouth. Yeah, the same topics for sure, the same points for sure, but the way it's being said will not be the same. I can pretty much guarantee that. But these people, it's a pause button. No, it's not. You can't do that. That is literally impossible. It's impossible.
To live in the body that she has now.
On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care.
Trump has promised federal restrictions on transgender rights, including far stricter rules about gender-affirming care, especially for minors. One trans rights organization saw a nearly 700% increase in calls to their crisis hotline.
See, almost every single thing that these people bring up, so they're saying, what is it? One crisis hotline saw a nearly 700% increase in calls after the election. And this is from the Trevor Project. Get out of here. Even of all the stupid organizations out there, they're by far the dumbest. But all of their evidence for anything this isn't just the trans stuff, but all the evidence they ever bring up is stuff like this, where they go, well, did you know the number of people upset increased by 700%? 700. That's a lot. That's like way more than 100. Okay. What is it's the meme. I told my son all the horrible things you're going to do to him. Now he's crying. How could you do this? Lady, I'm just sitting over here minding my own business and saying, you know what, in general, probably shouldn't inject kids with a bunch of hormones. I mean, that seems like a pretty clear standard of practice that you just don't do that. And then they go, well, by 700% calls increased because I was telling my kid about how you're going to kill them. Well, maybe you shouldn't have done that because I never said that. I don't want to do that. My kid's so upset. Why is that? I told him you were going to beat him to death with a hammer. Oh, well, that makes sense why your kid's upset, actually. So now do what I want you to do. No, actually, this affirms what I was already doing. You're crazy. Who does that to their kid? You are insane. But sure, this is the media, and don't forget, they don't actually care about the truth. That's why they do. Did you know the percentage of people calling the Trevor Project who were upset increased by 700%? That means nothing. Nothing.
Hotline after the election.
What would happen if your daughter didn't get that care?
She would end up going through puberty, and it would be traumatizing to her.
Oh, sorry, I kept the banjo music playing through that. My bad. I mean, sometimes I guess there's too much banjo music. But yeah, it would be traumatizing to her. No, it wouldn't. There is nothing anywhere, a test, a study, anything that shows that ever, anywhere, doesn't exist. But what they will do is trot out numbers like this. Phone calls increased to the Trevor Project by 700%. And they'll use that as the proof that, well, if they go through puberty, it's going to be horrible for them. Oh, really? What's your evidence for that? Well, crisis hotline saw an increase of 700% after the election. That's not how this works. That's not proof. That's not evidence. What that is, my friend, is tomfoolery. Tomfoolery.
A nearly 700% increase in calls to their crisis hotline after the election.
What would happen if your daughter didn't get that care?
She would end up going through puberty, and it would be traumatizing to her to see all of those things happen to her body.
I know you get some treatment from doctors, from other care. What would happen if you didn't get that?
This is super weird. It's always really weird. This little dude from CNN sitting in this kid's bedroom So this kid's already been traumatized by his own parents and brainwashed by his own parents. And actually, most likely, this little boy doesn't actually think any of this. It's just, that's what kids do. They listen to their parents and they mimic what their parents are doing. But so the trauma this kid's already gone through by having the parents force this kind of stuff onto him. And then this weird guy coming and sitting in the bedroom and saying stuff like this. I mean, this is super weird. This is weird beyond a transgender thing. I wouldn't be comfortable with this if it was my kid and the kid had like cancer or some kind of illness or disease, and this is what they wanted to do. I would be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. If you want to interview me, or if you want to have me and my wife with our son and we do an interview, maybe I'll do that. Definitely I'll do an interview like just me as the dad. You want to talk to me, fine. The closest you're going to get to sitting in my sick child's room and talking to them privately? I mean, what the... What is this? The closest you're ever going to get to that is having me, my wife, and the kid, and you interview all three of us so I can be there to make sure that you don't be a shithead. But because this is weird. I mean, this is one of the many things that for some reason, the society's accepted. Do you know how many videos there are out there like this of like journalists interviewing 8-year-old kids in their bedrooms about being trans? That is super weird. And for some reason, because they're trans, we act like it's okay, but change trans to anything else. I mean, for people with a brain, that's already bad enough, but there's no context where this is not weird. I mean, look at this whole interaction. Super weird.
You get some treatment from doctors, from other care. What would happen if you didn't get that?
I would be upset and scared.
In the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, that was super convincing too, by the way. Totally doesn't sound like some kind of pre-programmed... Does this sound normal to you?
Be upset and scared.
In the LGBTQ community, the suicide rate is high for those who are not being supported by their caregivers.
We want her to...
Incorrect. Strange looking man. Incorrect. That is factually incorrect. The suicide rate is not high for children in the LGBTQ, whatever. It is not high for those children who aren't supported. It's high for all of those children, regardless of if they're supported. We need a CNN fact checker on the case. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? They don't care about the truth. I forgot. I forgot the premise for my whole part of this mainstream media thing is that they don't care about the truth. That's kind of the whole point. All right, Majin, thank you, sir. And in case you missed it, by the way, Majin, all super chats through the first week of December are going to Bog's birthday fund. So we're going to go out and I'm going to take Bog out. We're going to have some drinks, get some dinner, have a good time. So you've just donated to the Bog birthday fund. Thank you, sir. And of course, that means we need to activate the super chat jukebox.
You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here now. Burn. You don't do it. You don't do it. You don't do it. You get out of here. Burn this thing.
Excellent. Okay, back to this fat bastard. And you know what's weird? He's not actually fat. He's what they call, or what the military calls skinny fat. He's skinny, he's actually skinny, but he's fat. He's he's not a large man. He's not obese, but he's a blob. He's his muscles have atrophied. I didn't come up with that. The honest to God, the U.S. military calls them that. The U.S. military issued a statement about people trying to enlist, and one of the problems was people who were skinny fat. I didn't come up with that. That's your taxpayer dollars at work coming up with the term skinny fat. And it's apt. It definitely makes sense.
Supported by their caregivers.
We want her to survive childhood.
So families like Katie's.
These people. I mean, good God. The evil. I mean, just the absolute evil that's coming off of this.
Are trying to prepare for what's ahead, even drafting an asylum application.
We have to start thinking about a backup plan.
If push comes to shove, we will need to go north. We will go to Canada.
What would it take for your family to say?
Well, okay. Honest to God, when you watch stories like this, it's really hard to pick just like one avenue of attack to rip on it, because the sheer number of mental disorders that are involved in making something like this, it's truly unbelievable. They're on CNN saying we're drafting asylum applications as if they are. You know what I'm going to say, because they love it. Trump is Hitler. They're drafting asylum applications as if they are Jews in the Holocaust. Like they're about to just be drug out of their homes and thrown into Auschwitz or something. So there's a lot of layers of mental illness here. Of course, the trans thing, making your kid trans, the obvious one. You got Munchausen by proxy, because the only reason you're doing this is to make an illness disorder onto your kid that you are then reaping attention for. You're on the news, right? So you got your attention. And then this, like, what do you call it? Like, it has to do with narcissism. Of course, narcissism is all through all of these things, but it's a it's like it's almost like a god complex or something where no, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a martyrdom thing. It's a narcissistic martyrdom where they're like, I'm going to have to sacrifice my whole life and we're going to have to take asylum and leave the country. There's so many layers of mental illness here. It's really hard to parse through all of them.
We need to leave this country.
The federal healthcare ban would likely be the moment we know that it's time to leave here.
What does this symbolize to you?
Freedom and rights. This.
Oh my God! These people. This is, like I said earlier, this is totally insane in general. Regardless of the trans thing, put the trans thing aside. This interaction is totally insane. Filming the kid's room and having this weird dude like talking with the kid, super weird. But are you? The declaration. I mean, how much you want to bet this was put up just right before the interview, and they were like, tell them about this because we want to, because that's been the thing for a while is, right-wingers calling these people, commies and stuff. And actually, we're the real patriots. Our kid loves this country so much. Dude, this is so stupid.
What does this symbolize to you?
Freedom and rights. This.
Oh my God.
Proves that everybody has their own rights to be themselves.
Totally legit. unprompted by the parents. The parents were not even involved in that. They were just like, one day they walked in there and they go, wow, our daughter put up a copy of the Declaration. Oh, wow. These people, man. Straight to jail. And you know what? If there was actually people advocating for them to be sent to jail, then I would understand the, we're drafting asylum papers now to flee the country. But people aren't. Like, no one in the government is advocating for that. Much to my disappointment. But that would make sense. It's kind of like Ellen DeGeneres fleeing the country right before the Diddy tapes and the Epstein client list gets released. Well, if you're committing a crime and people are advocating for you to go to prison, then you flee. Well, at least that makes sense. But no one's even advocating for that. So the whole thing, I mean, just narcissistic evil. It's just horrible. And again, everything that was said in this CNN story, every single part of it is false. Every single thing. The puberty blockers are pause button. There's no harm to it at all. Oh, our kid would kill himself if he has to go through puberty. They're banning healthcare. I mean, all of this it's all not true to begin with. And that's why I played the clip to start this all off. Truth doesn't matter, you guys.
Thing that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that
I missed it.
is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now.
Yeah, we don't need the truth.
One of the most significant differences, critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on seeking the truth, and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact,
it's really not. And that's the woman who runs NPR. So, you know, seeking the truth, learning the truth is really not the best place to start, especially when you're trying to lie your ass off and truth isn't on your side. It's really actually pretty difficult to do that if that's what's going on. All right. Let me see. I think I had one more from the news. Okay, this could fit into this category. I wasn't necessarily going to play this as a part of it, but Denver Mayor Johnson says he's willing to go to jail to block deportations, which is just... it's just fantastic, honestly.
I would certainly protest it, and I would expect other residents would do the same.
Trump's new border czar, Tom Homan, has said that he is willing to arrest leaders like yourself for standing in the way of these policies that they want to enact. Would you be willing to go to jail for these things?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of that. And I'm also not seeking that. I think the goal is we want to be able to negotiate with reasonable people how to solve hard problems. Republican and Democratic presidents in the past have all tried to find solutions to these problems. President Reagan helped people get access to work so they could stay and support themselves. Biden and Harris worked on restricting entry at the border to close down. There are a lot of ways to approach this problem.
Yeah, that was a horrible thing that Reagan did. We shouldn't do that. Does anyone actually believe that this dude, he's got the machismo, he's got the balls, and he's like, yeah, I'm not afraid of going to prison. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. Yeah? Really? Pretty sure he's only going to say that if he's on, with people who, we don't really care about the truth. What we care about is posturing, and we care about saying the right things that are in line with our worldview, not the truth. Because the truth is, this isn't, he said he'd be willing to jail people who get in their way. They're saying that as if it's like something he's deciding to do, that Mark Homan is just like, he's just going to do it, man. It's like an extrajudicial, like he's just going to arrest people. Like he's just going to go around like the brown shirts, man. He's just going to take people out. When no, in fact, if you do this, you are committing a federal crime. This is not up for debate. It is against the law on a federal level to do what he's talking about. You think this guy legitimately believes that that's something I'm prepared to do? If he actually understood it and knew the truth of the matter? No. Come on, look at this guy. Look at this dude. This guy, this is the guy who's like, oh, I'm totally able to go to, I'm willing to go to prison. He's only saying that because he's 100% certain that he's not going to go to prison. Hopefully he will actually go to prison if he does what he says he's going to do, because it would be a federal crime, you shithead. I'm so tired of this crap. These stupid activist people, I'm making a moral stance. Look how virtuous I am. I'm willing to go to prison for this. And then nothing ever happens to them because the leftists run, they run the justice system. What if you get someone like Homan in there and he goes, yeah, so that's in violation of federal law, blah, 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 code this, blah, 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 that. You're going to prison for the next 15 years. Goodbye. That'd be fantastic. Because finally we'd start to stop seeing these little mousy little, I would actually, I'm totally willing to do that. Oh yeah, are you? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Solutions to these problems. President Reagan helped people get access to work so they could stay and support themselves. Biden and Harris worked on restricting entry
Reagan
to the
wasn't
border
that
to
great.
close down. There are a lot of ways to approach this problem. We don't think it has to come to this. But yeah, I think when you look at, Ralph Carr has always been one of my heroes. He was the governor who in the middle of the internment of Japanese Americans said this was the wrong thing to do. And he stood up. It was unpopular.
The truth does not matter to these people. If you think that there is a similarity, a line to be drawn between Japanese internment camps and removing upwards of 12 million illegal people in our country, you are batshit crazy or you're a liar. And you don't care about the truth. It's one or the other. It can't be both. It's definitely one or the other. I mean, you're either a complete liar or you're batshit crazy. Oh, internment camps. Oh, yeah. Sending people back to their own homes. That's like Japanese in the internment camps.
Middle of the internment of Japanese Americans said this was the wrong thing to do. And he stood up. It was unpopular. People were mad at him about it. That was in the middle of wartime. If the president or any of his actors are going to do things that we think are illegal or immoral or un-American, we'll stand up against them. I would certainly...
The real question is, the thing he's standing up against, I would love the clarification. What part of it is illegal? What part of it is immoral? And what part of it is un-American? Because those are the things he listed right there. What part of enforcing the laws that we have to remove people who shouldn't be here, who've broken the law, is illegal, immoral, or un-American? These are our American laws. The tomfoolery. The tomfoolery. Honestly. It's just, what a douchebag. And again, does anyone really believe that this guy is like, I'm willing to go to prison for this? Really? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't even think this guy could spend a weekend in a county jail, let alone facing 15 to 20 years or whatever it is for a federal crime, which is, because that guy also said at a different time that he would be willing to use local police to stop federal agents from entering his state, which is honestly an act of sedition. That is an act of war. I mean, we can argue the merits, right? I mean, we can argue whether that should be the case or not. I certainly could argue that. But as things stand, you can't do that. It's not allowed. It's actually much more of a right-wing libertarian perspective to say that you should be allowed to do that, but certainly not a left-wing position at all. And you say, does anyone think this guy's actually going to do that? Get out of here. He's just going to keep doing this until it actually becomes real, and then he's going to step down, but he's going to complain about it, sure. But he's not going to go to prison. No way is he going to go to prison. That's insane. To think a man like that would go to prison. Now, if a guy like Tom Homan, again, because that's who he's talking about, and if you look at this guy, it's just a quick physiognomy check. So you saw that little mousy guy, right? Versus this dude, honestly, tell me, if this guy said he was willing to go to prison for something, I would believe it. I'd go, well, shit. He looks like he would be willing to go to prison for this. Here, let's pull him up. Versus the little mousy guy versus this dude. This guy looks like a Don. Like he's like this looks like someone who could be like the head of a crime syndicate or something. Like this guy tells me, listen, I'm doing this, and I'm willing to go to prison over it. You go, he's serious. You should probably take his word for that. I believe him. But a guy who looks like he can't, bench press a toothpick, like I'm sorry. Not that I'm saying Tom Homan looks like he's like a fit guy or anything, but he doesn't look tough. He looks like a little weenie. And I've said it. It's kind of been a theme on this channel is we got to bring back judging a book by its cover. Because I'm sorry, it's rarely wrong. Sometimes it is wrong, and you should never immediately act on the judgment that you have based on how someone looks. Because I think that's wrong. If you just immediately act based on how someone looks, but they haven't done anything, I'd say that's wrong. But if you clock somebody and you look at me, oh shit, okay, this guy, something sketchy about this dude, then you just keep your head on a swivel, stay alert. And if they prove to not be a threat or not be a bad person, you go, cool. Judge a book by its cover. Homan looks like if he told you, I'm willing to go to prison for this, you go, damn, he is. This guy's serious. When the mousy little mayor guy says, I'm willing to go to prison, I'm not afraid of that. You go, really, Junior? Get out of here. What are you? Shut up. Okay, you know what? Actually, yep. You've committed a federal crime, 25 years in prison, starting now. I guarantee you that guy's going to flip and go, oh, no, whatever you guys want. That guy's not standing up for shit. All right. Moving on. Trump's made a lot of good appointments thus far. A lot of people that I like. Even people that I don't necessarily like, the appointment is still good, compared to the past or like what's been happening in our government in general. However, they can't all be winners. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, and this is super lame. This is one of Trump's biggest blind spots, and I'm just not sure why he can't. Well, let me rephrase it. I know exactly why he can't get over it, but I wish he would. Let's see here. Is the COVID thing. He cannot get Operation Warp Speed, the vaccines, all that stuff. He just cannot. And actually, this is the biggest sign that people who like Trump are not in a Trump cult, the way that the left always says, is because whenever he brings this up, even at his own rallies, he gets booed. When he brings up the vaccines and all, brings up Fauci and his appointment of Fauci and stuff, he gets booed for this because it's stupid. But Trump, that's his biggest flaw, right? Also, one of his biggest strengths. It's double-edged sword. It was his ego and his narcissism in a certain way. A leader does have to have that to a certain degree. That's just undeniable. And he's just unwilling to look at the COVID thing. We did a great job. Everything we did was great. It was all awesome. And he goes, shut up. No, it was horrible. But anyway, this appointment of the new Surgeon General, What the? Why? Why? He could have put RFK Jr. in there. I mean, like. So this is the woman that, and this is a video that she posted in 2021 on her own Twitter page. So this is the woman who has been picked for the Surgeon General. And this is from 2021 leading up to Thanksgiving, so it's actually perfectly timed to be playing it now. But she was, remember the TikTok dancing nurses, the COVID, you know, that will haunt our dreams forever. The ridiculous dancing and the signs and the wear a mask and blah, blah, blah. She was one of those people, by the way. She was actually, and I'm not saying like she was like those people. She actually was one of those people who made TikToks dancing, holding up signs saying, get vaccinated. So this is from 2021. This is the woman that Trump just appointed as Surgeon General. Not great, you guys. Not great.
Now have clear-cut, compelling data. A trial of 10,000 participants. This was just posted on the CDC website that showed those who had a third dose, a booster shot, had significantly more improvement, more protection, more antibodies than those who did not have that third dose. So we definitely know, especially going into the winter holidays, having that extra protection can help minimize infection, can help minimize spread. So if you are especially over the age of 50, the CDC now recommends you should definitely get a booster. But over the age of 18, you can definitely get one as well, especially if you have asthma, diabetes, obesity.
Yeah, wow. That's great stuff there. And like I said, she was I don't think I saved any of those videos. I should have. Doing the TikTok dances, being the nurse, stay home, help the doctors, and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Yeah. Get 16 shots and all this, COVID now, stop it, and we're dancing and all that stuff. She did all that stuff. And I just want to say, it's kind of unrelated to this. Why? Why? This is a blanket question to women. Why? Why would you intentionally look this way? I could know nothing about this woman at all. And if you just presented some photos in front of me and said, we need to pick someone to be the Surgeon General, and this was one of the photos was of this woman, I would immediately throw that photo out and go, well, no, she's obviously an insane person. I don't even need to know anything about it. Here, let's pull up her, what is this? I don't know what you call this. It's a photo of her. Look at that. We've all been, or not we all, but a lot of people have been deluded into believing like this is what an attractive woman looks like. Dude, this lip injections, the plastic surgery, the overdone makeup, I mean, this is horrible. Her hand isn't even the same color as her face. What are we looking at here, guys? This is horrible. This is no. Didn't even need to hear her talk. And actually, if you just showed me this photo, and you said, describe what you think this person is like. Because, you know, she's got the scrubs on and the stethoscope and the jacket, and look at that. I'd say, well, I would assume this person probably made TikToks during the lockdowns in a hospital, dancing, trying to convince people to get vaccinated. That's what I would assume. Absolutely. Look at her. And guess what? As usual, I am 100% correct, as I always am on everything that I say on my streams. No. If your hand is a different color than your face, and of course, like I said, the lip injections, the clear nose job. I mean, good God. Just stop. Let's see, where's the freeze frame? Yeah, I mean, good Lord. Just stop. Ugh, you look like shit. I mean, just horrible. Why? Why? Usually when Trump has, when Trump picks ladies to do jobs, they're usually pretty decent looking. This is a dumpster fire from start to finish. I mean, everything about it. Her opinions, garbage. Her medical advice, garbage. Her stupid makeup and surgeries, garbage. Have I said enough now to get in trouble for cyberbullying from YouTube? Cyberbullying? Cyberbullying, the next Surgeon General, is that a thing? Who knows? All right, so this is one I thought was funny, and I'm going to let this play, and then I will react to it. So, anyone who's been on X or TikTok knows during the election, there was the Kamala HQ account. It's called Kamala HQ. And it was just the most cringe thing ever. I mean, everything about it was just way out of touch with reality. And actually got them sued. There's multiple lawsuits against the Kamala campaign because of the stuff posted on the Kamala HQ things, because it was so disconnected from reality that it was actually like defamation and like, actually illegal things were done. But who do you think would run such an account? Again, when I was looking at the picture of the woman who was going to be the next Surgeon General, you just showed me the picture. I could have guessed all those things about her. Now, if you showed me the Kamala Harris account, so I don't see who's running it, I just see what's on it and the kind of takes and opinions that are on it. This is exactly who I thought ran those accounts. Didn't take a genius to scroll through some of those and go, oh, well, this is a middle-aged white woman in her 30s. This is a liberal woman in her 30s. A liberal woman in her 30s. She's probably like 32 years old. Has way too much college education, like way more than and it's all stupid stuff. And she thinks that she's hip, she's with it, she's liberal, she's brat, she's it. We all know those women. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I was right again. I was totally right again. So here's this video of the woman who ran those accounts breaking it down after the loss. Again, this is exactly what I thought she looked like. If you said, Swamp, paint a picture of the woman who runs these accounts. First of all, I knew it was a woman. So that wouldn't even be fair. I mean, you look at the accounts, you know it's a woman. This is exactly everything that I pictured of a person running the Kamala HQ account.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Kapp and I ran the Kamala HQ TikTok. Let's get a few things out of the way. I've been seeing your comments. First up, we did have 2 Gen Z interns behind the account and 3 Gen Z staffers. I was the oldest on the account at the age of 25. It has been so much fun creating content for you guys on this platform and seeing all of the hope and joy. And while the election results didn't go our way, there is so much work that needs to be done. Now, I will be the first to admit that I felt incredibly numb after the election results came in. I will never forget waking up the next morning at 5 a.m. to a phone full of messages saying, "I'm sorry, Lauren." But as the vice president said during her concession speech, sometimes the fight takes a while, and that does not mean that we won't win. So now is the time to get even more involved, and we have to mobilize and organize and get ready not only for the 2026 midterms, but the 2028 cycle. I'm going to start posting on here more. I know I'm sorry it's not Kamala HQ, but it's up to us guys to hold Donald Trump and Republicans accountable, and we need to do it together.
Hi everyone, my name is Ethan Kelly, and I was the intern that helped run Kamala HQ this election. It has really taken me a while to find the words to convey my true appreciation for being able to be involved with this election. This election felt like it was the first time that we saw members of the Democratic Party really start to listen to young people and really trust us in reaching people where they are. The team behind Kamala HQ was extraordinarily young.
I didn't even realize that this went through to to the intern. But is anyone surprised? Again, this would be what I would guess.
Especially given its impact and reach across the country. I'm 21 years old and I'm Gen Z, and there was no one on my team older than 25. In fact, it's my boss, Lauren, who is the oldest member of Kamala HQ, who is 25 years old.
And this is an interesting thing. It's kind of like, the people who are all into the trans whatever, the trans kids. Oh, well, my son has known since he was 5 that he's actually a girl. What they have this crazy attachment to youth and people being young that this is not something to brag about, to say that, especially after losing in a colossal way. I mean, this wasn't just a loss. This was a knockdown, drag out. I mean, just brutal loss. Every single swing state, every one. I mean, damn. So, and then to have this be like, oh, the oldest person who worked on this was 25. This is a Gen Z campaign. I'm 21. And you keep that to yourself. After that kind of loss, you go, okay, guys, close up shop, go home. This never happened. And if the people who worked on it, like these kids, want to use it as part of their resume, sure. But you would think there would be an adult in the room who, after this loss, would say, guys, shut it all down. Don't make videos about it. Don't talk about it. Imagine thinking this is after this loss, this is still a flex. This is you can brag about this. This is the youngest campaign ever. Oh, now I know why you guys got just demolished and why your accounts were so stupid and everyone hated it. I mean, if you were on X, all the Kamala HQ posts just got roasted by literally millions of people. Actually millions of Americans just roasted the hell out of these stupid posts. And then people like Tim Pool are suing them over the actual lies that they posted. But then, oh yeah, this is great.
25 years old.
No, this is awesome. We did a great job.
So much and was able to have such a major impact, especially from the role as an intern.
I know, it was so good. We did such a great job.
On the day of the election, we hit 5.3 million followers. And it's crazy to think about, but when I started in May, we had just under 250,000. Now our work is not done. 2025 and 2026 and 2028 even are right around the corner. And
wait a minute. Their work's not done? You mean they lost and they still have things to do? I mean, who would have thought that? Yeah, when your campaign, if you're a media manager and your campaign wins, then yeah, your work is done. If they lose, then no, your work's not done. And I like this absolutely retarded point. 5.3 million followers. Again, you'd think there'd be an adult in the room that could point out to you that this is not good. This is very not good. We should not be talking about this and pointing this out to people. Someone running for president who is the current vice president, you thought she was going to win with 5.3 million followers? Are you insane? What? Here, let me look this up right now. I don't even know what the number is, but I guarantee, here, let's look it up right now. Real Donald Trump. Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, man, that 5.3 million's looking good because, it's not like we have real Donald Trump on X. Oh, I'm sorry. What is it? What's the number there? What are we looking at? Oh, 95.2 million. We got 5.3 million followers. Yeah, no wonder you lost then. What are you doing? What is this? What is this tomfoolery that I'm witnessing here? Oh no, wow. 5.3 million. Oh shit. You realize that there's YouTubers who make a living on YouTube with 5.3 million followers that 99% of people have never heard of? Never even heard of them. But yeah, 5.3 million. Did a bang up job there, sir. All right, moving on. Make sure you like the stream. Reminder, all super chats go to Bog for his birthday. If you want to buy Bog a drink and maybe a nice steak or something while we're down in Florida for his birthday, be very much appreciated. All right, up next, I have... Here, let's close out all these other tabs that we've already gone through. Goodbye, Gen Z, Kamala HQ people. Goodbye, Denver Mayor Johnson, who looks like he's about to cry. Because I gotta keep the illegals here. Goodbye, Janet Nish, whatever, the new Surgeon General. Okay. I have something that's going to break your guys' heart. The tomfoolery here is just off the scale. It's so sad. Here is a Muslim man saying he doesn't feel welcome in Venice. I'm so tired of this Islamophobia, you guys. It's really getting out of control. I mean, sure. We just inject a bunch of Muslim people who don't want to conform to your culture, and they come into your country and totally jack everything up and fuck around with the law and attack people. That doesn't mean you can say, I wish you would go home. Do you understand how bigoted that is? That's just ridiculous.
Coming to Venice in Italy and you're visibly Muslim, you have a beard, you wear hijab, whatever it is, just beware of this one spot. So this is a river, Rialto Bridge, and then this is a strip you'd need to be careful of. So let me tell you what happened. So we're looking for someone to eat, it's dinner time, we're hungry. We're walking past some restaurants on that strip, looking at the menus. So the first restaurant that we go to, we want to sit outside because the atmosphere is nicer, right? There's about 10 tables that are free, and I asked the guy, oh, can we sit there underneath the heater next to the river? And he goes, no, sorry, this is a reservation only. Then I was like, okay, can we sit like on that table then? And he goes, no, sorry, like you can come sit here. And he takes us all the way around the back, right? Where it's kind of like off the main area. And I was just like, but yeah, he takes us around there and he takes us to a table which doesn't have a heater on it. And bear in mind, it's like 7 degrees as well, so it's mad cold. I just looked at him and I was like, safe, bro, I'm going somewhere else. And then we keep walking and we see a restaurant that we like the menu, so like, cool, let's sit here. We waited about 5 minutes for the waiter to bring like the paper menus, and 5 minutes is a long time. So one of the waiters comes, he looks proper Italian, you can tell he's from here. He chucks the menus on the table and I'm like, all right. And then I'm watching him go to another table after to see, oh, how does he give them the menus? And these guys aren't like us, they aren't carded like us, right? And he just puts the menus calmly down on the table, and I'm just at that point I'm just thinking.
So first of all, you know, right off the bat here, let's take everything he's saying at face value. Let's say he's right. Let's say everything that he just described actually happened. It didn't, but let's say that it did. What's really happened here thus far? We tried to go to this restaurant. They said this is reservation only. We said, what about this one? He said, no, I do have some seats for you over here. So they get seated. If it's me, I go, cool, great. This is a restaurant that requires reservations. I'm getting a table. Didn't have a reservation? Awesome. That's apparently really bad. Let's say he's describing it fairly. and this was inappropriate for this to have happened. The guy comes over, puts down the menus. He's a proper Italian. He's a real Italian. And he throws down the menus. And he walks away. If all of this was malicious, doesn't sound like it is, but he clearly thinks it was. Would they have a reason to maybe be upset at a particular demographic? Is this just because I just hate Muslims? Or is it there's a reason for this? I mean, I think he's also exemplifying the reason why. I mean, luckily he hasn't cut anyone's head off yet, so good for him. Good on him for that. But he's acting like a shithead, obviously. So maybe he's being treated in a certain way because he's acting this way, and maybe, just maybe, these other Italians also have a reason to expect this from you. And then you prove them correct by being a shithead. I just don't understand. Everywhere I walk, I just get treated like the king of the world. Why would somebody in Italy maybe be suspicious or even have a slightly disapproving look towards Muslims? Why would that be? Why would that be? Is this just some totally made up thing that they just drew out of nowhere? And just, hey, today we're hitting Muslims, guys. I flipped the coin. It was either going to be Chinese or Muslims, and today it landed on Muslims. So we're just going to shit on Muslims today. Is that what happened? Or maybe they're experiencing the same thing that the rest of Europe has been experiencing. London now has not now, but has for several years, no-go zones where they self-impose Sharia law and do not recognize the law of the UK. Maybe they got a problem with that kind of stuff. Maybe. Just spitballing here. We're throwing around ideas. We don't know. Because, could be anything. Could be that they flipped a coin that day and now they have a problem with Muslims. Who knows? Or it could be that it could just be totally unrelated to Muslims and you're just kind of an arrogant piece of shit. I mean, it could be. There's a lot of options here. Honestly, there's a lot of things to consider.
Me down on the table, and I'm just at that point I'm just thinking that's a bit weird. I'm looking at how he's serving other people and I'm like, bro, you weren't giving the same energy to me as you are to these guys. Now I asked for their bill and he brings the bill and literally he didn't let me read the receipt. I said, just give me a minute, right? I read the receipt and I was like, what's this? This guy barks at me. He goes, this table text.
I love how he's saying everything he's doing is reasonable. He's like, I walked into a place I wasn't supposed to be, gave him attitude about reservations, asked him for a different table after they already told me that these tables were for reservations only. And then they take him to a different table. And then he goes, man, he's giving me attitude. And then when he gives him the check, he starts arguing with the guy about the check. But no, the way he tells it, well, I was just going to ask him what? Nah, bullshit. Get out of here. Get out of here. These things are all separate from the fact that he's also Muslim. Even though he seems to think it's because he's Muslim. That's a separate issue, like I just explained. They have plenty of reason to not want to give you business, specifically because you are a Muslim person. Because of, current certain world circumstances. I mean, what's going on there? But it sounds like you're just kind of a douchebag. Maybe you're just a douchebag. It could just be that simple.
I'm like, when I go over to someone that I think is the manager or the doorman or whatever, I just say to him, look, like...
Oh, yeah. He expects us to believe like he's been I just walk over to someone I think is the manager. Dude, this guy.
I'll be honest, the food was good and that, but I don't like the service that I received at this restaurant.
Oh my
And I was
God,
like, can I
this
speak to your
dude.
manager or your boss, whoever's around? And he looks inside and he goes, oh, sorry, like the boss isn't in, kind of thing, innit? I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's go walk past the restaurant. I'll show you guys which one it is, yeah? Look, this is the restaurant, right? So I'm gonna show
What
you
a
guys.
D-bag.
This is what it's called. This is the restaurant. These are the guys. Yeah. So if you are visibly Muslim, don't come to that strip. Yeah, save yourself a bad day, man.
So none of what he said actually proves or suggests anything to having to do with him being Muslim. None of it. At all. But as I said, even if we were to accept everything he said at face value and it was because he was Muslim, would it be hard to understand that that was the reaction? I just don't. I mean, actually seems pretty reasonable to me. But no, nothing he said indicates that it was because he was Muslim. Actually, it indicates that he's kind of a douchebag. Is really all it is. So good on him for being such a douchebag. All right, moving on. We have found, ladies and gentlemen, the person causing all the problems in the world. And this person takes it onto their broad shoulders, the responsibility of causing all the problems in our country. I have to warn you before I play the clip. It's grotesque. You know, in the 90s Batman cartoon, the Joker's henchman. Actually, this wasn't even from maybe not the 90s one. Maybe in the the DC movies, maybe in the early 2000s, the Joker's henchmen, how they all looked crazy and they had the crazy colored hair and different, the weird face paint, and they all looked totally wacky and wild. Like even more wild than the Joker, because the Joker just looks like the Joker, you know? Clown makeup, purple suit. It's the fact that he's completely insane that makes him look even crazier. But his henchmen look totally nuts, with the wacky haircuts and all. But anyway, so this person looks like one of Joker's henchmen. And this person is going to take onto their broad shoulders all the responsibility of destroying the Western culture and America specifically. So here we go. If you've been wondering what's been going on, here we go. I'm about to expose this for you. Breaking news.
Trans and I'm scared for the trans.
Oh, let me start.
I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans.
Oh, in case you can't see it, if you're on your phone or something. So this person is responding to a comment, and the comment was also from another one of Joker's henchmen, I can only assume, but they're arguing with each other. So the comment was, I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans community. This is why people don't take us seriously. So this is a trans person ripping on this trans person. Yeah, I know, it's ironic, but here we go.
I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans community. This is why people don't take us seriously. Me personally, me getting on TikTok and making my funny little skit videos about funny little interactions I've had in life.
I can guarantee you that the skits are not funny and they're not actual interactions. Let me put it this way. The interactions that this person makes skits about are just as real as that Muslim guy and his interactions in Italy. So, yeah. Take it as whatever you want that to mean, that's what it is.
I'm the reason they don't take us seriously, me personally. I also get comments like this of people saying that the reason the American economy is bad is because of people like me. And the reason our country's so fucked up and the reason the rest of the world laughs at us is because of people like me. I carry a lot of weight on these two shoulders. I really do. But you know what? It's my cross to bear. They sound kind of fucking goofy, don't they, Ari? Why, yes, they do. They sound kind of fucking goofy indeed. Y'all need to drink some tea. Take a hot bath, get a massage. I don't know. Something to help.
I've said this before, but it's been bothering me again, so I'll say it again. Y'all. The term y'all. When did they get to take that word? When did they steal that? Because when I was a teenager, that was used to deride and to insult people like me who lived in the South. The progressives at the time insulted us people who lived in the South by saying, you guys say things like y'all, you dumb hicks. And now that is a word, that is a progressive word, just like folks. Y'all and folks. They decided that those words were now theirs. I didn't get to vote on it. All I know is that I was insulted, ridiculed, mocked for saying anything that sounded remotely Southern. I've never been someone who said y'all. That never made it into my, vocabulary, but I do have other things that I say that are Southern. And every time I would leave town, everywhere I go, you'd have some, and they'd mock you for it. They'd mock you for saying things like folks or y'all or, any kind of Southern dialect at all. And now they all use it to the point where it's so annoying that you cannot listen to anybody who is a leftist progressive and not hear them say y'all or folks at least 20 times in their videos. When did this change? I don't understand. Because it used to be the leftist progressives that made fun of everybody in the South for saying that. And now it's these crazy bastards who live in Chicago and LA and New York who say y'all.
Indeed. Y'all need to drink some tea. Take a hot bath, get a massage. I don't know. Something to help you fucking chill.
So that was that whole rant was largely rhetorical because I know where it comes from. It's from Obama, and then the deification of black culture is actually where it comes from. It was actually somebody in the Swamp chat from a previous TikTok Tuesday who pointed that out to me. And it rings true. It was Obama and then just the absolute worship of black culture in general that made all these white liberal progressives start saying y'all and folks. Suddenly they're all into that. Even though they criticized me and all my friends whenever we would go, and we'd go skate or we'd go on, our little mini tours when we were like teenagers into our early 20s, bands coming from the South, and we'd go to the North or out West or East Coast and play at gigs, and people would make fun of you for that. And now if you go to any of those places, North, West, East, where the liberal stuff is, they are the ones who are saying y'all, folks, and all this stuff just constantly. Oh, yeah. I feel like we need to say, this is our word. You damn Yankees. Get the fuck. This is our word. Go back to hell, honestly, with whatever this is.
Chill. Just relax. Take the edge off. Take some deep breaths. It's going to be okay. This isn't helping, by the way. The internalized bigotry. It's not helping. But you know what? I still love you, okay? I'll still have your back if shit goes south. You may not have mine, but I'll have yours, okay? Thank you very much. Have a day.
So, I went on that whole rant about the new Surgeon General and what she looks like. And I stand behind that 100%. Everything that I said, completely 100% accurate. I'm not I'm not backpedaling on that at all. In fact, I'm actually doubling down on it because this is what I'm talking about. Judge a book by its cover. Look at this crazy person. I mean, do I need to say anything else? I mean, is there a world in which you go, well, no, wait, let's hear him out. Let's see. Hang on. Well, wait a minute. There might be some points made here. Look at the nose ring and all the makeup on the nose itself, and the eyes, and the paint on the side of the face, and the hair. We might. Hey, everyone, shut up. There actually might be something good here. Let's hear this. There might be something really important. The bottom line is, the more unnatural you become, that is definitely, you cannot change my mind on this because I've seen too much of it over the years to know. There's a direct correlation with unstable thinking. Sure, the woman who is the new Surgeon General appointee is obviously different than this. She's trying to look attractive, the new Surgeon General, but she doesn't. She looks fake. She looks like a blow-up doll. Looks gross. This person's going the opposite direction, the other extreme, trying to look ugly, like obviously trying to look as repulsive as possible. But they're linked. It's the same thing. A healthy person doesn't do either of these things. Doesn't go to either end of the spectrum. A healthy person doesn't do that. So if you see somebody like this, clearly there's a problem here. The physical always reflects the mental. And I know there's a Bible verse about that, but I don't remember it right now. I know it's there somewhere. All right, you guys, if you're having a good time, make sure you like the stream. Super chats will go to support Bog's birthday. My brother, we're going to be going out in December for his birthday in Florida. And I'm sure we will jump on Discord. So we're going down to Florida for a week. I'm sure we'll jump on Discord in the voice chat at some point while we're down there. So if you want to join the Discord, we'll be on there. Maybe the night that I spend your guys' super chat money, we'll jump on Discord. All right. Something that I wasn't necessarily going to comment on, but then I had to comment on it because... Oh, well, there you go. Perfect timing before we switch gears here. Thank you, Vic. I'm sure Bog will thank you as well. Super Chat Jukebox.
You've been the big guy for 6 months now in the White House. Can you take us behind the scenes, something that was extraordinary or unusual that happened that stands out to you?
Here's the deal. I want to say, I like to walk out in my robe and go in.
Hell yeah. That was a good one. That's a good one. Vic, I feel like you get that one a lot. It seems like that comes up a lot whenever you do a super chat. But yeah, we're going to be in Florida for a week, so at some point we will definitely jump into the Discord voice chat. Maybe I'll even throw on the video so you can see the sun go down over the beach while we're hanging out there in Florida. All right. So this next video, 23.1 million views, and generally, when something gets this much attention, I don't feel the need to bring it up on any stream or video or, because, well, everyone's already talked about it. And everyone has talked about this. Walsh has had he's talked about this in his show, and a bunch of people talking about this. And I guess I'll play the clip just to, give it more context, or make sure we're all on the same page. But this is from this meme account. I meme them 4 a.m., which is an account that I've followed on X for a while. And I've actually interacted with a few times, but with this video, I think most people have seen it. I mean, 23.1 million views, so I feel like most people have seen it. The Karen video, quote unquote Karen. And before I even play it, I think it's funny that it the reason why I like Walsh so much is when this video first popped up on my feed on X, I watched this and I was like, what? This is retarded. We don't hate Karens enough. And I watched this and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, after I watched the clip, I was like, you're the one who's the jackass in this situation. What do you mean? And then Walsh makes a video about it the very next day, and he says the same thing that I was thinking. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. That's why generally when he's on the backstage shows and, they're the Daily Wire stuff, he's like usually the odd man out. So I can relate to that. It seems like I end up aligning with Walsh a lot. But I'm not going to go down the road he went down because, again, it's been done. It's been talked about. Walsh has obviously a few more people, I think, watch Walsh than watch my stuff. I'm not sure. It's somewhere, maybe a little bit more. So I'm not going to go down that road because I think he was right about all that. I'm going to take a different route with it. But before I go off on the tomfoolery on this, might as well play the clip, even though most people have seen it. Just for context for the stream, right? Let's just watch the clip.
From going to a park because of a service animal. What? Do you own this park?
I live right up there.
So do I.
I do this 3 times a week.
Okay, so? Do you own this park?
Service animals are not allowed.
Do you own this park?
Dogs are not allowed on this trail. I'm recording you guys.
We're from the community college, that's fine.
What?
We're from the community college, that's why we're here today. We're on a field trip. So this service dog's allowed in the classroom as well. I'm pretty sure it's a federally protected law.
Yeah.
No, this belongs to the city of Fort Collins.
So the way the federal law works,
You're saying that the American with Disabilities Act doesn't apply to
federal law trumps state law.
To city of Fort Collins regulations.
When you have a protected wildlife area, dogs are not allowed. That is a hard and fast rule. Did you see the disturbance of the animals around you as you walked?
So service dogs are legally permitted anywhere in the country that visitors can go.
So
even if dogs are excluded, this is a service animal. So you can call the authorities all you want, but technically this is a completely legal thing.
Did you know that there are protected...
We're gonna move on, okay?
All right.
You guys?
So, just real quick on the merits, the Karen, quote unquote, was right. Jackass college students were incorrect, which is, I know, shocker, totally crazy. Who could have foreseen that? Again, judge a book by its cover. Look at this, let's full screen it. This person here, this young woman here with the fake nails and the fake lashes and the high contrast with the makeup and the, with the stupid pink cup, this and is laughing at the other woman. This may be shocking to some people. This young woman is stupid. I mean, I don't know if you remember being that age. Definitely stupid. Super stupid. Almost stupid beyond comprehension. I think that if anyone's honest about their life experiences, and especially anyone who's watched TikTok Tuesday, this is a TikTok chick. Guarantee you this young girl has a TikTok. This is horrible. Oh, jeez. Judge a book by its cover, please. So there's that whole thing. There's what the video's actually about, right? Which is the dog and also. Again, I'm not going to get into that because 23.1 million views. Clearly, this has been talked about. So you can go listen to Walsh or I'm sure any other people who've defended the woman who is obviously correct. In this situation, the stupid kid at college. Federal law trumps state law. Well, actually, no, that's not a general rule. There are certain times, but what a jackass. Anyway, what I wanted to bring up is I've followed this account for a while. I meme, therefore I am. Has the MAGA hat in the picture, in the profile picture. This is the tomfoolery that I absolutely hate from the right. This is supposedly this MAGA person, and what a total jackass to post something like this. We don't hate Karens enough. Watch as one tries to lecture and stop a person with a service dog from enjoying a walk in Fort Collins. Could you possibly explain to me how that's not a leftist? That sounds like the headline of a New York Times article. But there is a bunch of these right-wing... Actually, what it comes down to is generations. I guarantee you this person is around the age of a boomer. They might not actually be a boomer, but they're around that age. Just like Cat Turd is on X, who's also a total piece of shit. It's that kind of person. That this is a meme account that's supposed to be a right-wing MAGA conservative, and they post something like this. Are you retarded? What are you doing? What are you doing? The Karen in question, right here, this woman here, the quote unquote Karen. She's not freaking out. She's not yelling at anybody. She's not throwing anything. She's not assaulting anyone. She's saying you can't do what you're doing. You're breaking the rules. And then it's some teenagers who go, yeah, get out of here, grandma. And the fact that you have right-wing... I'm assuming this person is probably about boomer age or around almost a boomer. Supporting this shows this weird arrested development that's happened that's actually started to leave the populace in the younger generation. We're seeing this strange flip. Like when I go out to the bar where I live, it's usually the older people, 60 plus, who give me the stupid acceptance equality talking points about how a woman can do anything a man can do, and it's all about the blah. Ladies can be on the front lines in war because women can do anything. It's the older people. The younger people go, yeah, that's retarded. What are you talking about? Of course, there's still these types, obviously, the TikToker types. But in general, it's the younger millennials and Gen Z that actually are the least accepting, where they go, yeah, a trans person is you're not a lady. You're a dude. It's usually the younger people. You got the older people who are, I assume, is this person who runs this account. Because This person posts stuff like this all the time, where they don't understand that what they're talking, they are totally indoctrinated into leftist progressive ideology. But they think that they're not. I'm conservative. I like Trump. Well, I think that they should be allowed to come here as long as they do it legally. What? And I think that it's too hard to come here legally. We should make it easier. What? Well, I don't care if, I don't care if they identify as trans, but if they want to use the bathroom with my daughter, they better have the ID changed so it says female before they do it. What? No, dude. No, none of those things should happen. Well, as long as they took the hormones and they got the surgery and it says it on their God-given driver's license that, they're a lady, then they can go in the bathroom with my young daughter. What? Live and let live, And of course, live and let live has become a mantra of let anyone do whatever the hell they want, which is just not the same thing. This, I meme, therefore am. We don't hate Karens enough. Watch as one tries to lecture and stop a person with a service dog. That's not what happened. Anyone with a functioning brain can watch that video and know that this description isn't what actually happened. I personally know a person who got their dog labeled a service dog so that he could take the dog wherever he wanted. This is a total joke. The service dog, it's a total joke. I personally know someone who did that. Just so they could take their dog in places they're not supposed to take them. That's literally the reason why he did it. And people do it all the time. So no, the Karen is correct. And more broadly, these boomer conservative types, these 60, 70 plus people like Cat Turd on X and stuff, we have got to get rid of these people from the right. Push them over to the left, because that's what they are. They are leftists from the 70s. These are people who don't understand the leftist indoctrination in colleges. They don't get it. They'll tell you all day that it's woke. The woke stuff. But then when you try to explain to them that equality and the racial civil rights stuff was all a psyop, they won't understand you. And I don't mean it literally like a psyop with like CIA, but it was a Marxist push to intentionally destroy the United States, which is all well documented. The Soviets had a bunch of literature about it. It's a very well documented thing. But it's those people. You try to explain to them that this is insane, and they go, well, you're right. I don't like illegal immigrants. They should come here legally. And really, it's too hard to come here legally. And we should make it easier for anyone who wants to come here. Well, how is that different than allowing illegal immigration? Isn't that exactly the same thing as illegal immigration? But, whatever. Whatever. As the kids say, okay, boomer. I don't want to allow illegals, anyone to just come across willy-nilly. But it should be so easy to come here legally that anyone can do it. That's literally the same thing. That is identical to the... It's the same thing. Anyway. Moving on. There's this weird phenomenon that's been happening. Tomfoolery. The right has just been figuring out that musicals are gay, I guess, is what's happening. People are just now realizing that musicals are like generally like there's homosexuals involved in musicals, I guess. I'm not sure. But there's been a lot of people talking about how the new Wicked, the movie Wicked, has gone woke and gay. Wasn't that always gay? I'm totally confused about what this is supposed to mean. So really there's tomfoolery on both sides, because I'm going to play some clips of the people from this new movie Wicked, and then the right-wingers who are saying they made Wicked woke and gay. And it's like, what? I mean, hasn't Wicked been woke and gay since its inception when it was put on Broadway? I mean, what are we talking about here? Oh my God, they took something that a bunch of homosexuals liked and made it gay. What? Wait, you're telling me a musical that was a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz is super gay? Well, I am just shocked. Color me shocked. I don't even know what to say at this point. That is, to quote Christmas Vacation, I would be less surprised if I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet. No way, Wicked is gay. Okay. So again, here we go. The account End Wokeness that most people know on X has shared a bunch of these clips showing these stupid things. The Wicked cast saying, Oz has always been queer, and it's like showing the, here, I'll just put it on the screen here. Man, who could have thought a gay musical from Broadway could be gay? That's just, I mean, jeez. Who thought that two guys kissing could be gay? That's just totally crazy. But so like, look at the way. So in what Wicked cast, Oz has always been a queer place, even in the books, and then it puts a little emoji of the like, okay, bruh, get it. Wizard of Oz wasn't inherently gay. A lot of gay people like Wizard of Oz, and even more gay people liked Wicked, and Wicked was literally like produced by a bunch of gay people. So no way. The people on Wicked took a gay thing and made it gay? No, it's horrible. It's always been horrible. I'm not saying it's good. It's god-awful. But at a certain point, you got to kind of get your head out of your ass and go, well, what's next, you guys? Is Party Monster going to be wokeified and made gay? You know, that movie about a bunch of gay guys doing meth and being DJs? Is that going to be turned gay? So, Wicked is gay. Yes. Anyway, this is still really cringe. I mean, it's still awful. And these people clearly are suffering from mental illness. But maybe some of the people on the right are suffering a little bit too. Anyway, here, well, listen, it's super weird. I mean, look at here. Let's full screen it. This is really weird.
Not to be corny, but make the world a safer place, especially right now. You know, I think it's the most important work that we can do is learn how we can listen and be there for each other and the people that we love, and especially the most beautiful community in the entire world. And yeah, I love my queer brothers and sisters so much, more than anything.
We love you back.
We do.
I want to throw a theory or an idea.
Super weird, dude. This is like, you know those videos of Heaven's Gate? This is totally wacky. This is really wacky stuff. And not to mention that what an unhealthy person. I mean, look at these bones. This is super weird. And to talk like this. Listen, I had to give the preface to this, you know, by ripping on these right-wingers who are saying, they made Wicked gay. Oh my God. Well, yes, it's super gay. So now let's move on to the weirdness of this. It's not that they're making it gay, but what the hell is this? This is super weird.
Love, and especially the most beautiful community in the entire world. And yeah, I love my queer brothers and sisters so much, more than anything.
We love you back.
We do.
I want to throw a theory or an idea out there. Fiero, okay?
What the?
His musical number I love so much because the girls in town love him,
Mhm.
but also the boys do, Bo and
Yes,
Yang.
indeed. Yes.
Do we think that maybe Fiyero likes the attention from both? I don't know.
Of course. Well, Oz is a very queer place and
I
has
think
always
so.
been.
Dude, this is
Even
just
from the L. Frank
super
Baum
weird.
books, it's always been.
This is super weird behavior. It's like I said on the last stream. It's like the TikTokification. It's the internet influence on people. This is normal human beings don't act this way. Like what? Like that?
Both? I don't know.
Of course.
Look at them.
Well, Oz is a very queer place and
I
has
think
always
so.
been.
What the hell,
Even from the L.
dude?
Frank
Very
Baum
much.
books, it's always been queer.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Gay.
Hey, we'll take.
Super weird behavior. I mean, this is obviously unhealthy. Really strange. I don't know why anyone would act this way. Oh, hang on. The other clip got refreshed. Where is it? There we go. This is not the way human beings act. It's really weird.
And have feelings.
There's something. I guess it's about money and elitism, and then just like cutting yourself off from the world, because this is really weird.
I'm a person, and I feel, and I have feelings, and I can share them.
And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah. And someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character. But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more.
What the
So
fuck
I've
is this?
Come away feeling really beautiful.
You f***ing are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You
absolutely,
know?
Yeah.
What the
What you've
hell?
brought to this film and to these characters, you've not just taken care of them, you have transformed them for good.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a jungle.
You have been the
amazing,
light
you're
of the
amazing,
day.
you
You are
truly-
such an. Gay.
Are we back? Are we back, ladies and gentlemen? Wow. So I lost power. All the power went out. Everything turned off. I think I'm back now, though. When I started making fun of the left and the right for their obsession with Wicked, then everything went haywire. Well, all those tabs are gone now. My computer totally restarted. I mean, the main reason for playing all those clips really is that why are people like this? I don't. And again, that's kind of largely rhetorical. We know why it is. It's this weird. We're in a fall of Rome situation. I mean, this is the. Every time we reach the apex of whatever the current technology and the current wealth and everything, you end up with these weird ass people, man. I mean, this is super weird behavior. There's nothing that can make any of this normal. This is really strange. Here, I'll just play the rest of that clip and then I'll move on to something else. But since, you know, the power going out ruined my flow, man.
So I've come away feeling really beautiful.
It's just...
You f***ing are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You
absolutely,
know?
Yeah. What you've brought to this film.
Super
and to these
weird
characters,
people. What
you've
is
not just
this?
taken
These
care of
people
them,
are
you have
crazy.
transformed them for good.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a jump.
You have been the light of the day. You are such an gift.
You know, last Tuesday I was talking about, you know, the TikTokism and like the way that the people were moving, like AOC, and like the way that they were acting and how it was totally fake. Both of these women, they both do the same thing. Watch them. Look, you seen slow motion. Look at them. Oh my God. Watch them.
You have been the light of the day. You are
truly-
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
Oh my
We appreciate
God.
you into this room today. We needed.
This is some Heaven's Gate shit. I mean, that is crazy, dude. That is absolutely insane. Wacky. All right, now I got to go back to all those bookmarks that I had for everything got taken. Okay, here we go. So I refreshed X, and 3 hours ago the Democrats posted Vice President Kamala Harris's message to supporters. Posted 3 hours ago. We might as well watch this, right? I'm sure we'll get some tomfoolery out of this. I mean, how could we not? It's very short. It's 29 seconds long. That's weird.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and
Speaking of manner, wow, this what a weird clip. But speaking of mannerisms, Kamala Harris loves to do that, where she sits back, squares up her shoulders, and like puts her hands up. Like she did this in every single speech, every single interview. She loves this move right here. Watch.
you did. And you have the same
square the shoulders, put the hands up.
to
She loves that.
engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. I just have.
How does she look haggard as hell? Look at her. Man. She wasn't even president, but she looks like she was president for 4 years. That's really weird. I didn't even expect that to be a part of that. That's actually really strange. Here, let's Google this. Kamala Harris rally images. Yeah, look at that. Well, this isn't a high quality picture. Let's find a high quality picture so I can actually show it to you. Let's see. Really? This is it is not surprising to me how hard it is to find. Okay, so well, she always looks kind of demonic. That's not my fault. I'm not doing that, but look at this. She looks this is kind of demonic. That's not my fault. Let me give it better. I mean, she looks crazy. She looks demonic, but what's you know, I mean, she doesn't. I mean, she looks her age. What is she, 60? Doesn't look bad, I guess, you know, for that. Look at this. Damn. It looks like she went through all 4 years of the presidency without being president. What is going on here? That is really strange. That is weird. Why is that? I mean, that's not me making a meme or a joke out of this. I mean, that's real. I mean, look, they just put this out 3-4 hours ago. Look at that, and then look at this when she was on the campaign trail. That's weird, man. That is really weird. I wonder if we go back and can we find a video? Yeah, look at her. Look at the difference.
Oh, it's good to be back in Pennsylvania, and it is good to be with so
This wasn't 4 years ago. This was less than a month ago. What?
many incredible leaders. Let me thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for taking the time out of your busy lives to be here this afternoon. We are all in this together, and I know we all here know this, but I thank you for all the work
Dude,
everyone has been
she looks
doing
normal.
these last months.
So isn't she 60? Isn't that how old she is? Kamala Harris age. Yeah, she's 60. So I mean, looking good, looking solid for 60. Sure.
And over the next 25. Thank you all.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. And then this video, they just what? That is not the same woman. What? That's crazy. That's less than a month ago. Dude, what is this?
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody
Man.
take power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th.
God,
And you have
her
the
left
same
eye isn't
purpose.
opening all the way. She looks like me. That's what I tripped on some dumbbells, fell down and cut my eyelid open, and now my right eye is droop. That's what I look like. As a 32-year-old man who's fallen down and had his face and his eye split open, that's what my eye looks like. What is going on here? What is happening?
That you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever
And
let
what is this-
anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
And what is weird, why would they just put out a 30-second clip, a 29-second clip? This whole thing is really weird. I honestly don't know what to make of this. It's very strange. Okay, well. Moving on. Apparently, a skinny fat soy boy says that they're gonna make a or they're gonna create some problems on Inauguration Day. Well, let's see if we believe him. From again, he's one of those skinny fats, those infamous skinny fats. At least he's out walking. Sorry, let's turn the sound on.
All right, so let's talk about what it is that I.
Wait a minute. Oh God, look at this hoodie. Of course he's got some weird pornographic, sci-fi pornographic thing on his hood. Like what the? These people all. Jesus.
All right, so let's talk about what it is that I actually mean to do on Inauguration Day. So there's going to be a lot of people there. A lot of people on his side and a lot of people protesting on our side. I mean to meet as many people as I can, try to convince them to work together in a co-opetition. And if everything works the way that it's supposed to, I will be in front of that stage with people chanting for me to be heard. Either Legion or let him speak. Whatever, I don't care. Get me on stage to speak before the president and change the very fabric of human history.
What?
Our future is in our hands, and I mean to take it charge forward, grasp that future with both hands, and rip it apart. The future I see is not one I accept. The future I want is one that I will build, and I need your help to get there.
So as I keep saying, and I feel like I need to make Swamp merch of this. I've been saying this for 2 years, maybe more. Judge a book by its cover. When this overweight guy with these glasses, look at it. I mean, just look at this. Oh my God. Tomfoolery Tuesdays have become, you got to make one soy jack per stream. Is this the one? Is this the soy jack that's going to get made? Anyway, the judge a book by its cover. This guy with this, I mean, look at his hoodie. He's got this semi-pornographic, like, alien thing on his hoodie. Where's the, yes, it, I don't know what it's for. I have no idea. But, and then just the being out of breath, this whole terrible soy boy thing, and he's making threats. He's the one telling you he's gonna make his agenda. Oh, he's gonna take care of business. And maybe I'm just gonna judge a book by its cover and go, okay, brother. Okay, all right. You and the cast of Wicked will get together and change the world because. Okay. Yeah, buddy. You got me. You're gonna make it happen, my dude. The guy with man boobs in a porno hoodie. I mean, like, what? Yeah, this guy. The guy who doesn't know a damn thing about firearms, doesn't know anything about anything when it comes to physical confrontations at all. Who doesn't know any... oh, man, look out, you guys. Look out. Oh, I don't... He's changing the course of human history. Oh, no. Yeah, it always reminds me of the Tombstone, the movie Tombstone, when say when the Doc Holliday say when. That'll be fun. Let's just pull up the clip because it always reminds me of that. Because this has been going on for so long, these types, you know, with all their bluster, and they're gonna fight everybody, and they're gonna do it. Say when. Yeah, Doc Holliday when just going, Johnny Ringo. Johnny Ringo!
All right, Lunger. Let's do it. Say when.
We all know how it ends. And if you don't know how it ends, then I think it's really weird that you found my channel. I mean, if you don't know Tombstone backwards and forwards, it's odd that you would have found the Swamp channel. Anyway, Soy Jack, let's do it. Looks like your ad blocker is on. Yes, I am aware of that. Thank you very much. What do you think? Is that's a good one? I mean, definitely looks gross. All right, let's do it. Maybe switch to the pen. There we go. Let's do that. Nope. Gotta give it the good old glasses. Soy boy glass. Oh, jeez. You know, sometimes using the mouse for this can make it better, but sometimes it's a little bit too much. You don't want it to look too good, right? It's got to be kind of crappy. That's the whole point. Oh, jeez. I need to use my stylus, my fancy pen. But then I'd be the soy boy that I'm making fun of. Oh, shit. Definitely gonna have the major curlies. Give him kind of the hairline, right? That works. Stupid nose. Oh, you can't even actually see his eyes behind the glasses. Jesus. Oh shit. Hey, they're not always winners, you know. I think I've had two out of 3 have been winners, but they're not always winners. Oh, Jesus. Oh, crap. Wrong button. I mean, you got to make it kind of gross, right? Oh, crap. It's on the wrong layer. There we go. Ugh. Why do they always have big gums? You know, the leftist progressives. What's up with that? I have no idea why that's a thing. That didn't work out right. Is there a reason for that? There's got to be, right? Maybe I should hook up my pen for this because, man, it is kind of rough doing the mouse with this. What? Why did that cut off right there? What? What is going on? Why is it messing up? Fine, try it again. And maybe I shouldn't use the web-based one. Maybe I should actually use Photoshop. Jeez. Oh, okay, what happened? What happened? Refresh it. Wow, didn't work. You gotta be shitting me. Okay, we brought some of it back. Why the hell did it do that? I don't know, man. He's got that disconnected beard, you know? That so many of them have. Can't grow a beard, major red flag. Major red flag. I didn't realize my screenshot didn't have his eyes in it. That's gonna kind of ruin it. It's pretty accurate, at least. Oh, no. There you go. Look at him. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. The size of that forehead, the size of the glasses. Didn't you know Kamala Harris can still win? Didn't you know, guys? She could still win. She's actually been creating a case against Trump for the last 4 years. And he's going to be sent to prison, and Kamala Harris is going to be inaugurated because the Electoral College is going to be abolished. Didn't you know that? Didn't you know that, you guys? Because the Electoral College is anti-democratic, and even though the plurality of people voted for Trump, it doesn't really matter because he's a criminal. And we're going to defend democracy, you fascists. There you go. Now you know. Now you know. See, let's watch again. Did I capture his essence with his porn hoodie?
Get me on stage to speak before the president and change the very fabric of human history. Our future is in our hands, and I mean to take it. Charge forward.
He's super intimidating.
With both hands.
I'm so scared of this guy.
And rip it apart. The future I see is not one I accept. The future I want is one that I will build. And I need your help to get there.
Yeah, because this guy's gonna build something. I'm gonna build it, you guys. This is the guy. I'm gonna build stuff with my own manly strength. Do you hear me, you stupid MAGA? I'm gonna build the world that I want. Actually, looking at this guy, I did him a favor and I shouldn't have. Here, let's fix this. Oh shit! How do I do? I kind of made him look thinner than he actually is. It's about getting the essence, you know? Yeah. We're gonna win. Maybe add a few more lines, you know? No. That's too much. Too much. Can't go overboard. That's it. There he is. That's the guy. Nailed it. I hope you guys are rethinking whatever MAGA agenda you have, like going to the gym and like eating steaks, because this guy's going to take you down. Take you down. All right, one more and we'll call it a night. It's very short.
I just told a Trumper wearing a Trump shirt in Palm Springs, California at the Trader Joe's, fuck you. And I'm insane, apparently. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. I am fucking crazy. I have lost my mind. What do you want to do about it? You want to find out just how much? So he got out his camera and stood behind my car, and I backed out, and I just thought, you know, if he's going to be stupid enough to stand there, I will hit him, because that's how much I don't give fucks right now. He got out of the way, and then came up to my window, and like, I should have just driven off. I didn't. I don't know what I said. I think I blacked out a little bit. But yeah, but whatever I said, like what was going on in my mind, much different. Like, I think I was actually working through ripping his face completely off of his stupid fucking head. No big deal. I just told a Trumper wearing a Trump shirt.
So these people are obviously totally insane. And what is wacky to me is these people will say that, well, the reason I act this way is because the Trump right wing has been so aggressive. It's like the justification they gave for the BLM riots where they burned down cities. They were like, well, it's actually self-defense, because if you reason it out, the system's been against them for so long that this is an act of that kind of BS reasoning where nothing actually bad has ever been done to them, but they try to rationalize it out. This woman is acting like, yeah, I've totally lost my mind. I'm being crazy, you know? Okay. So no one has threatened you. No one's done anything against you. You think people are trying to take away your rights or whatever. Not true. No one's ever said it. You then come out and talk about how you actively want to hurt and murder people. Would I be within my rights if I was the person that was having to interact with this individual to then fire on this person? Because this person is actually actively talking about wanting to kill or at least harm people that she doesn't like politically. Like, she's actually saying it. Not the thing that they do this justification of, well, you could maybe interpret it this way, and they got to fight against the system because it could be interpreted that it was against them. Well, this person's explicitly calling for violence and saying that she wants to perpetrate violence. She's telling you directly that she wants to hit you with her car and kill you. So would I be within my rights to fire upon that person if I was carrying a weapon? I would think so. But you know, these well, you were attacking me for no reason. You know, that's how they would act about it. The things that I want to say, I can only say in a Discord voice chat, which is why I'm sure somebody somewhere has recorded it. But then, you know, I'm my own boss, so you can't get me fired. So Whatever. I can't say it on YouTube. What I would actually like to say about this, I can't say on YouTube because this is so stupid. It's actually the same thing with this squirrely little soy boy.
Do on Inauguration Day. So there's going to be a lot of people there. A lot of people on his side and a lot of people protesting
And this
on our
all-
side.
yeah.
And if everything works the way that it's supposed to, I will be in front of that stage with people chanting for me to be heard.
Yeah.
Let a legion or let him speak. Whatever, I don't care. Get me on stage to speak before the president and change the very fabric of human history. Our future is in our hands, and I mean to take it. Charge forward. Grasp that future with both hands.
Oh yeah. What a strong specimen.
Him because that's how much I don't give fucks right now. He got out of the way, and then came up.
So yeah.
So he got out his camera and stood behind my car, and I backed out, and I just thought, if he's gonna be stupid enough to stand there, I will hit him because that's how much I don't give fucks right now.
So yeah, two different people saying that, I will inflict violence upon other people around me. That's actual legitimate threats. Not the rioting of 2020 of, oh, well, you need to stay home for COVID unless you're out protesting because the system is against you and anything you do is justified in some kind of weird metaphorical way. This is actual two direct threats. Well, people want to get squirrely. They can get squirrely, I guess, and we'll see what happens. Because I don't think... I just don't think that these people... It's like the mayor of Denver. I'm willing to go to jail. Are you? Are you really? Or have you been living in this fake reality where nothing happens because your people run the justice system? I mean, get out of here. I'm willing to go to jail. I'm going to take it by force if I need to. I'm going to run this person over with my car. Are you really? Because I think once you start actually doing that, you might find out that that's not... Maybe you don't know shit about anything. All right. Everyone's favorite part of the stream. Palette cleanser. Palette cleansers. I had like 4 or 5 more videos. We'll do that on a different stream. First palette cleanser. Dude, this is sick. I actually don't like this account at all that shared this, but I do like this video. This is sick, dude. Lord of the Rings table. Dude, this is sick. I want this. Yeah, let's get to the end of it. Dude, look at this. This is the shit. Dude. That needs to be the table that I have Thanksgiving on this year. The Lord of the Rings table. That is so sick. What? Dude, that is epic. Dude, and keeping the natural wood finish for the rest of it, sick. You got the green for the accents on the corners, and then the broken... It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, where is the... Here we go. This was the main one that I wanted to play for the palate cleanser. Little Alex Jones. Fantastic edit. Great meme here. All right, let's do this. Full screen it.
I am a human supremacist. I am a human supremacist. That term will be the future war with the robots and the AI. What you're hearing now is the entire future and everything they tried to stop us from doing. Our supremacy will not end with this planet. We will people the stars. We will colonize. We will green dead worlds. We will go interdimensional. We will unlock the secrets of the universe. God has laid them out like Christmas presents for his children. And I am extremely honored to be in the fulcrum and the heart of the fight to bring our race, the human race, in a race for the future. I am honored to be here. I am a human supremacist. I am a human...
Epic. Alex Jones is hilarious and awesome. It's inspiring. It's inspiring stuff, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Swamp. I hope you enjoyed Tomfoolery Tuesday. Thank you for the super chats. If you haven't joined the Discord, definitely join the Discord. When Bog and I are on vacation for his birthday, we will go out to dinner, have some drinks, and jump in the Discord. Do a little voice chat, letting you know how many drinks your super chats bought us, which I'm sure down in Florida, probably not much. I assume it's the same as going to Broadway in Nashville. I don't know. I assume it's not cheap. All right, you guys. Hope you had a good time. Stay wicked, my friends. And I'll see y'all next time.